Tonight, a U.S. medevac plane is racing to Liberia to start evacuating American missionaries stricken with Ebola. One of them, Dr. Kent Brantly. The Christian organization he works for saying his condition is getting worse.
He's fighting for his life. It's a very difficult day for him. He's a man of deep faith. He needs our prayer.
Brantly would be flown in a specialized isolation pod like this, an airtight tent, completely disposable, transported in a small plane with a small crew. ABC has learned the first patient will be transported to Emory University Hospital in Georgia, which has prepared a special isolation unit in collaboration with the CDC. Today, Dr. Brantly choosing to forgo what his group describes as an experimental serum, giving the only dose available to his infected colleague, Nancy Writebol. The U.S. government today issuing a rare travel warning, urging Americans to avoid Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone. Liberia closing schools. Sierra Leone activating security forces to enforce quarantines. The CDC now expanding to 50 experts in the region.
I'm very concerned. This is going to take an intensive, long effort. This is a marathon, not a sprint.
Around the world, mounting jitters over air travel. There are direct flights from the impact zone to more than 30 countries. In China, special airport scanners check the temperatures of arriving passengers. In this airport, anyone with a temperature exceeding 99.5 degrees gets a blood test. Here in the United States, immigration officers scan faces for signs of illness. Incoming pilots required to report passengers who appear ill to CDC quarantine stations in 20 ports of entry. This unassuming office here may be the first place that CDC takes someone they're worried about. They put them in here in this room with this bed, close the door, and keep them in isolation.
This is our go bag, and we always take this with us to our response.
Trained medical officers based in the terminal, prepared to rush to any passenger exhibiting signs of illness.
And you are normal, 97.5.
So without even touching me, you got a temperature?
That's correct.
The CDC saying Americans should feel safe.
I'm confident that we're not going to have widespread Ebola in the U.S. What we do need to make sure is if someone arrives in the country and has symptoms, their doctor thinks of Ebola, isolates them, and gets the test, which we do here at CDC.
And Rich is here now. Tell me more about how hospitals will protect their teams.
Yeah, this unit at Emory has been working with CDC. The people there have been drilling, have been training on how do you work wearing these kind of suits, giving the care in an isolation room. You wouldn't want to put someone in who didn't have that training because they put themselves at risk. But the community in Atlanta should have no fear about this patient in their hospital.
All right, they have really studied this. Okay, Richard Besser once again on the story tonight. Thank you.